managed to get away from the swarms of black flies at the access point, and now just in the sound of nature. It's nice. Good morning. So I'm back in Algonquin again. It's middle of June. It's peak bug season. Fortunately, I had to cancel my ISO trip this year, so this is the best I could do for a first trip of the year. It is what it is. Yeah, so I just stepped out from Rock Lake access point a little while ago. Just taking a nice leisurely paddle down to my first portage. I'm gonna head down to Welcome Lake today, so that should be good. Weather's kind of nice, kind of cool, not too hot. It's really good. Smoke from the forest fires has let up a little bit, so air looks a little bit cleaner than it did last weekend. So I think it'll be a good trip. See how far I can get before the bugs find me. Well, first portage is done. I didn't think the bugs were that bad while doing it. Looking at my arms now, I've got a few welts from the black fly, so it looks like I did do some blood donation. So I think for the long portage coming up, I'm going to throw on the bug jacket. So I'm most of the way across Penn Lake right now. I've really been taking my time here because the weather's just nice. There's just a tiny breeze, which is really good. And just the wildlife has been amazing. So a lot of loons. There's just a loon in the distance there with I believe on a nest. Luckily with the telephoto lens I could stay well back and hopefully get a little bit of a video of him. Saw moose, some mergansers with little baby chicks. So wow, it's a nice lake. Right now, I'm going to be heading up the Galapagos River. It's a very, very short distance before I start hitting the portages. Looks like it's going to be maybe a little bit of a narrow path through some reeds here, so we'll see how the bugs pick up. So that was absolutely not the entry. I think it's just a bit further down that way, so I'm gonna have to get out of here. So that was very much the wrong way. So I'm getting back on track now. Nice little detour though. Saw a turtle. Wow, I thought that would be easier. It was actually kind of tough to paddle upstream. It's a bit of a maze. Got lost once, took a bit of a detour. A lot of obstacles to go over, beaver dams, etc. So, wow, that was a good stretch. But yeah, no, it's I'm at my long portage now. Then it's onto my lake for the night. So, just gonna get converted here to portage mode, and then I got to get going. Alright, so I've got the kayak about halfway through the 2.2 kilometer portage. I've got the my bag 2/3 of the way through. It's making good progress. It's not too buggy when moving, and as soon as I stop I just get swarmed by mosquitoes. Wow, it's nice to be away from those mosquitoes. Alright, well I'm on my lake for the night, welcome lake. So when I booked this when I checked again last week, it looked like I was the only person actually on this lake tonight, so I had to pick a campsite. I think there's kind of straight aheadish, there's a campsite on a point. I'm gonna go check that one out. Maybe it'll be favorable with the wind and keep the bugs down a little bit. Well, there's two sites on the point. I didn't quite like them. A little enclosed in trees, and then one was had a lot of reeds around it. So I don't know what the bug situation would be like there. So there's another spot up here. A nice little beach. Looks kind of nice from a distance. So I'm gonna go check that out, and hopefully it's good for the night, and I can set up camp. I am getting tired. It's a nice little site. That's home for the night. Wow. So I have my tent set up. I have my bear hang done. The bear hang was, it's always a pain. I was never quite good at sports ball as a kid, so trying to throw the pulley over a tall enough branch is always something that takes a few tries, but I got it worked out. Campsite's quite nice here. It's just on a little tiny beach, and it has a nice well-stocked fire pit just in the bush behind me. So after dinner, I'm gonna retire and start a fire. Yeah, but I have to say that was a good journey today. I didn't take a rest day yesterday from cycling, so I kind of going into this trip a little bit exhausted to begin with. So it was a bit tiring, but it worked. It all worked out. And I do have to say, I've needed this trip. It's just been crazy. So it's nice to just be in the forest, on the lake, no people around, and all the stress just washing away. And that's dinner. All right, well. Well, good morning. Day 2 in Algonquin. It's a beautiful, sunny, clear day. I slept in a touch, so I got up just after 7, so I missed sunrise, but that's fine. I got a good sleep. I don't think I've actually slept that well while camping in quite a while. Usually I sleep in fits and starts, but I managed to sleep really well last night, so that's good. So just gonna make some breakfast here, then I'm gonna break down camp and get on the water. Okay, here we go. Off to Lake Louisa. Not to be confused with Lake Louise, which my parents, I'm sure you guys will get a kick out of that. I feel like this would be a great place to see a moose. I have not seen one today. Alright, first obstacle of the day. Not too bad, this one. Perfect. So of course, 500 millimeters, it's very challenging to keep it stable. Trying to apply the principles of marksmanship that the Army drilled into me, but with the rocking boat and heavy camera, it's still a bit tough, at least for video. So this is blissful solitude. I haven't seen anybody in over a day, not since I passed a few people on Rock Lake. Nobody on the camp, or nobody on the lake last night. Nobody so far today. Just me and nature. Some woodpeckers in the background, birds in the trees. Vulture circling up somewhere far away, but hopefully not waiting for me. It's beautiful. Now, the best part is there's enough of a breeze to keep the bugs down right now, and also push me in the direction I need to go. Oh, I love it here. So I don't think I took a wrong turn this time, but it's really narrowed down, so I'm gonna have to go through the hard way. Maybe it was a wrong turn, but I sure didn't see a fork, so oh well. I can get back into deep water here. Deep. Okay, back on track. I think that feels like a theme of these little rivers this trip, as I keep taking little wrong turns through the marshes as I try to pick my way through. It'd be handy to have like a little drone, but they're not allowed in the park, and probably for good reason, so I just have to explore on my own. I can only assure you, getting to this portage was absolutely graceful. Handy. You know, one of the things I love about Algonquin is all the stuff you see. A lot of stuff I don't actually manage to capture on video. While I was getting my camera ready back there, there was a loon surfaced right in front of my kayak and dove right down again. I wasn't recording for that, and And then just before that little island, there was a little log. And a giant turtle, like one of those just giant dinosaur of a snapping turtles, is it's just sitting on a log. So it's pretty cool to see those guys. It's a nice little lake, actually. There's one campsite on this lake, and it's right on that island that's just kind of over this shoulder. I guess it'll be left shoulder by your view. It's like a nice little spot. Only campsite on the lake, so it's probably pretty peaceful. There's at least one human that lives on the lake, which is good, so yeah, looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, I'm pressing on. So that campsite right behind me looks actually kind of nice. It's the first one I passed, honestly. But there's a couple of islands just straight ahead of me, kind of due north from here. Maybe slightly west from there. I'm going to check those out, because I wouldn't mind getting visibility of north and south tonight, just depending on what's going on with the clouds overnight. If I can get good visibility and do some astro tonight, if I have the energy to get up early in the morning or stay up late to do some astro. We'll see. I'm gonna go check them out anyways. We'll see if they're good. It's an interesting lake though, lots of cliffs. I like it. All right, this turned out to be quite a nice little afternoon. Went for a quick swim. Water is very cold, but it was nice and refreshing and kind of good on the muscles and good on all the bug bites after today. I tried to fish a little bit. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to catch anything. It's my first time fishing since I was a kid, so I barely know what I'm doing to begin with. And honestly, I think the trout are probably a little too deep for the shore feature I had here. But it was fun to cast a lure into the water and spin it back in for the first time in probably a couple decades. So to show my prowess as a fisherman, tonight I will be eating a dehydrated grilled chicken jambalaya. But like I said, wasn't expecting to catch a fish to begin with, so it's all about having fun. Time for some astro-photography. Good morning from Algonquin. So it's day 3 here. Just enjoying my morning coffee. I'm going to have some breakfast and then slowly pack up camp. I don't have a lot of distance to paddle today, but I do have a 3-kilometer portage back into Rock Lake, which will be interesting. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm just enjoying it. It's a beautiful, calm morning. Last night I managed to get some Milky Way photos. It was pretty short window. I think astronomical dusk was around 11:40, and then the moon rose just after midnight. So there's maybe a 20-25 minute window to try to capture the Milky Way before the moon washed it out. But hopefully I got a few photos. All in all, it was good night. so I just got to paddle the length of Lake Louisa, and then I'm on to the 3-kilometer Portage. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not quite looking forward to the 3-kilometer Portage, but gotta get her done. Okay, closing in on the Portage. It's about 200 meters away from me. Oh, it's nice leisurely paddle on the lake this morning. It's good because I'm pretty tired. Quite a few loons. It's actually really nice to see them all. So, for this Portage, I honestly kind of didn't properly pack my backpack at the last campsite. I just kind of threw a few things into the hatches. So I'm going to have to take a bit of time at the start of this Portage to just repack, optimize. I don't want to carry too much in the boat for this Portage, so I will have to just figure that out. And we'll see how it goes. So the black flies are starting to find me here. So I'm gonna have to throw on the bug jacket and get going pretty quick here. About a third of the way through. Honestly, as long as you don't stop, the bugs aren't bad. Once you stop, they find you, but when you're moving, there's not too many, so it's not too bad of a Portage. Luckily, it's mostly flat. A couple little small up and downs like this one, but it's not too bad. Okay, well, I jinxed it, so now all the mosquitoes found me, so I gotta throw the bug net back on. So when I was coming back from the halfway point to pick up the boat, saw a little snake. Just went off to the side of the path, looked like he was eating something, Maybe one of the little frogs that's, rather little toads that are always jumping around on the paths. It's pretty cool. Lots of wildlife if you pay attention. Sometimes you just have to accept that you're going to get muddy. I don't know if you can hear that. It's kind of a cool bird call. The Merlin app says it's a Yurii. Sounds kind of robotic. That's a cool call. All right, home stretch now. Bags are already at the end. So just got about 500 meters with the boat. And that's that for this portage. I do have to say the upgrades I've made to this yoke are working pretty well. Shoulder pads are a lot more comfortable. Though I might just need to adjust the exact position. And this little this rope here is, holy cow, that helps keep it perfectly balanced. So I mean, like lots of times I can go handless, which works pretty well. And it's nice, just clips on with little carabiners. Little miniature carabiners on the end, so I can take it off when paddling, so I don't have a entanglement hazard if I go over, and just snap them on when I need to do a portage. So yeah, I think I've got some tweaks I might still make. Right now I'm using a bungee to kind of keep the I'm just gonna see this obstacle. Yeah, I'm using a bungee to keep the yoke attached nicely to the boat. Might make little toggles actually that I can twist in to the bottom of the cockpit ring, and that might make it a little bit more secure without having to actually pack that bungee. So I'll experiment a little bit more, but yeah, the evolution of the design is working well. Holy cow. So, ending that portage, mosquitoes were relentless, the absolute worst they were anywhere on this trip. So I managed to do the transition from portage to kayak mode in 5 minutes. Just rushing. I just threw everything into the boat. And it's stuck. Threw everything into the boat and just got going. So I didn't even change out of the bug suit. So I did that 3 kilometers, or just a hair short of 3 kilometers in 2.5 hours. All in all, the Portage wasn't bad. Honestly, it was like it was relatively flat, not too many hills. Really no real hills, just a couple small inclines. Yeah, it's nice and easy. Just long. But leapfrogging all the way was pretty good. Alright, I think a few mosquitoes have followed me, so I'm gonna paddle off a little bit more and then take a break in the middle of the lake to have some food. Well, I'm closing in on the access point at Rock Lake, which brings this trip to an end. Feels like it was a bit too short. I think I need to come back for a longer trip and maybe do some rest days. I think it'd be nice to just relax on the lake in the backcountry as opposed to paddling everywhere every day. All in all, it was really good. It was nice. Barely saw anybody else. There's nobody on any of the portages. And I saw a couple people on Lake Louisa. Funny enough, there's only like a few spots booked, and I think everybody camped together, but at least in the same area. But yeah, apart from that, I didn't see anybody outside the access lake. It was really nice, good seclusion. Fed the wildlife, lots of bug bites, but that's June for you. Well, until next time. I don't think that seagull liked me.